Hello, hello, awesome soul, back at it again with the good old-fashioned Robocraft bot review. This is the third one in a row. This is the longest streak I've had. Hopefully you guys don't mind. So, what I have done for the past few times is I've kind of gone back and forth between flyers and then ground bots. So I was like, what exactly am I going to take? And then I found this one in the comment section of my videos, and figured I would go for a hybrid. I mean, you know, it's both ground and air, so I think that covers the bases rather well. Now what exactly is this thing? Well, this is the EXO-TERROR by John 12345. Let's see if we can't take off this guy's ions here. Come on. Stand still, please. If you don't mind. Ah, damn. Well, we got him to run away, so that's pretty good. Maybe if we get lucky, we can get a kill. Nope. Yeah, it's not worth going in there. But I think we can take out this guy. Or at least help take him out. There we go. Rather nice. Oh god. Alright, take to the air. Let's see what happens. Make our daring escape. Or derpy escape. That works as well. So, when it comes to the you again. You certainly like crashing into me, don't you? So, when it comes to the pros and cons of this, the first thing, it's not really a negative or positive for this thing. It's just kind of, well, I mean, it's not really something you can fix, but I guess I'll get it out of the way. When it comes to the whole camera controls versus keyboard controls, you're gonna have a bit of a problem choosing which one to go with this. I know I certainly did. So, when it comes to piloting this thing, like if you guys try this out for yourself and, like, you know, purchase it for yourself, then if you're in the air more often, you should probably go with keyboard controls. But if you're on the ground more often, then you should go with camera controls. Just because the ability to strafe back and forth with the rails is the weapon that I'm kind of prioritizing here. It's a really, really big perk. Especially if you want to get up to a high perch and snipe from up there. But if you want to use the plasma and or take to the skies a bit more effectively, then absolutely go with the... oh man, absolutely go with the keyboard controls. I say that because if you try and take to the skies, you're going to have a bad time. Because if you turn around behind you, then, well, that shows me for running away from the pack. But yeah, if you try and look behind you while flying, your propeller will instantly stop rotating, and you're going to have a bad time. I mean, you can do a few fancy tricks in the air, but you can also do those fancy tricks on purpose if you have keyboard controls, or sorry, mouse controls, rather. This guy is going to be a bit of a problem here. Alright. Plasma on me. This is not good. Okay. 2%. We're fine. Everything's fine. Don't you worry. Okay, we're good. Now, on to the actual pros and cons of this thing. So, rather clearly, this is meant to be a backlines bot, not a frontlines bot. And as you saw right there, a massive thing that I have shown off in a few videos. If you're going to use a propeller, make sure you rod it all the way to the center of your chassis. Don't just stick it on the back, because it's got multiple connection points, so you can't take advantage of that. I'm not doing very well, am I? Maybe I'm just a bit rusty, that's all. Let's take down this drone here. Now, I have been using the rails a lot, but that is one of the negative things I do need to point out. It's only using 4 rails, where the nominal count is actually... oh, nice, we got a kill. So, the nominal count is actually 5, if you weren't aware. So, I would recommend strapping on a 5th one, absolutely. Although, depends, really. If you intend this build to be more of an aerial bot, which I kind of think it is intended to be, then I can see why you've only done 4. It'll keep your CPU cost down, but I mean, even then, adding a single rail, you got like a rod to put it on, and then the rail itself, that's only like 40 CPU. It's not a whole lot. By the way, CPU for this is 1,300, I think. I could be wrong. But either way, it is very, very, very frail. But that's kind of an inherent factor when it comes to trying to keep a bot light in order to utilize the insect legs as well as the wings as well. Keep trying to aim for this thing's one single leg, and I think that's my problem. I should probably just try and blast its weapons off. Unless it's deciding to stay still just like that. Wonderful. Okay. We might actually get ourselves another kill here. If we're lucky. Come on. Nice. Okay. So, plasmas, as I'm about to demonstrate here, are actually positioned perfectly. The positioning here actually took me by surprise when I took it into the test mode. I was like, oh, you know, you've got some underbelly plasmas. You know, it'll be cool for bombing people from above, but I did not expect them to actually work on the ground. Mind you, you have to be pointing pretty much eye level with yourself. If you try and aim up, it's not going to do a whole lot of, well, anything, really, because... No, I'm not going to demonstrate right now. I just need to get some kills. But hopefully you get the idea. Just don't aim up if you're going to use it. And I do believe you do have 4. But that is also kind of a negative. But not necessarily, because like I said, I'm sure you intended this to be in the air a little bit more. But your 4th plasma actually cannot have the whole line of sight thing, so it's going to lower your attack speed if you are firing from the ground. Not really the biggest problem here, because you kind of have to, you know, take what you get. If you want the plasma, and you want to fire from above, then you're going to have a whole lot less room for the rails, which is a pretty big problem. So in all honesty, I think the way you have them set up is perfect. I can't really see a problem, or sorry, rather another way of doing it. Maybe putting them on rods and sticking them out front. Maybe you could do that with at least 2. See how that goes. Oh, it would appear that we are actually winning this match. That's honestly a bit surprising. Like I said, I don't think I've been doing too well, but I haven't really been playing a lot of insects that often. Oh, well, I was gonna say, before we end the game, we could try and fly up there, but no, it ends a little bit prematurely. How do we do? Oh, actually, we didn't do all that bad. A lot of assists. I guess the team average, which is not too bad. Quite a lot of damage. Well, middle of the road for damage. But apparently we helped out a lot of people, so we're 2nd. I will definitely take that. Now, into the garage bay, and first things first, it is actually a very good looking bot. I don't think I made that point, but I definitely do like the design. Very, very, well, fitting for the name, the EXO-TERROR. Nice little use of the rudders back here to provide some lift and keeping CPU costs down. I'm not entirely sure you would really need to increase the size of them. I think they are fine as is. A few things I do need to point out though. These legs possibly could be a good idea to actually mount them elsewhere as well, like have rods coming out from here, maybe connecting up to here as well. Likewise with this one, could possibly be a good idea. but it's just something to consider. It's not really that important, mainly because insect legs only have one connection point. If they had more, it would be far more important. But as is, not the biggest problem. It's just if you lose connection here, then you're going to lose the leg automatically. But if you had connection up here as well, if you lost the cubes here, then you could still keep your leg. Although, let's be honest, when it comes to insect legs, people kind of aim for them first. Now, the rail I was talking about would probably be best situated about here. Probably placed on a rod going just simply straight up. Might not be the prettiest thing, but it's probably the best spot you're gonna put it. Maybe... No, I think those are fine where they are. Yeah, just, I guess, sticking it straight up. You might have to move these forward slightly, but I guess it's not really the end of the world. The last few things I do need to cover. Like I said, this propeller is perfect. You've definitely been paying attention to the other videos, of course, where I go over the fact that you do need to rod up the center portion, and it usually, in pretty much every single case, is a positive thing. Coming under here, we do have these jammers. Unfortunately, I know what you're trying to go for, just because, you know, you wanted something that would fit in here and look nice, because if you want to go with the largest one, it's not gonna really go with the whole aesthetic. You're gonna have to remove these things. Sad thing is, though, pretty much anything other than the largest radar jammer is a waste of CPU and is completely unviable. Many would argue that even the largest radar jammer is unviable, but I think it still has some purpose. And I guess the last thing, not exactly super important, because, you know, the nature of the build is meant to be away from combat pretty much at all times. But if you want to, I would recommend bulking up the center section. Just make it so you can survive a few more hits. Not quite sure how you would go about doing that, but I'm sure you will come up with something. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I do need to talk about for this bot. Can't really think of anything else that hasn't been covered already. So, would I recommend this bot? If this fits your playstyle, yes, I would recommend it. Or, additionally, you could simply wait for the version 2 to be put out. Just watch in the comment section down below for the creator. They will most likely make a comment once they've uploaded version 2, assuming they agree with what I've said and actually do want to make a version 2. So, that will bring this video to a close. I, of course, have been the Awesome Soul. I thank you so very much for watching. I will see you next time. Take care.